This is Captain Noob, and this is the AUG A1. This is a standalone rifle type weapon that you can find out in the wastelands. It's injected into the leveled list, so that's all good. Now let's get into the attachments here. First of all, we've got the receivers. We're going to put that on powerful automatic. We'll check this out with the advanced receivers and all the semi-auto stuff later on, but for now I want this to be an automatic platform. Can't do anything to the barrel, the stock, but the magazines you can change, so we'll go for a medium quick eject magazine there for the best ammo capacity. And for the sights on this thing, you get a whole range of things. We'll go for the EU Tech there, although there is an ACOG there that I want to check out later. We'll go for the EU Tech right now. For the muzzles, we'll definitely put a suppressor on there, and that'll help with our stealth and damage, so there's no reason to not do that. Next up, you've got the materials here, which you can change if you feel like it. This is just an aesthetic change. We'll go for the black material there because that makes it look nice and sleek, and of course you get a legendary effect along with that. So I've tested out an AUG type weapon before. This is why I called it the AUG A1, because this is actually a different mod. But for comparison's sake, yeah, you might want to go ahead and check out the other AUG video. It's got a little bit better customization to it, I reckon, but still, this is a solid looking mesh and it looks good. Let's get into Gunner's Plaza and see what we can do with it. Okay, so here we are in Gunner's Plaza as usual, and today we've got Rain the Raider at the reins, and yeah, pun intended there. So this is the AUG in third person. I'd like to just point out that you could hold the grip there properly in third person there, which is a brilliant little animation thing there. And looking down the EU Tech thing there, you can see that there's going to be absolutely no zoom from it, which is interesting. You usually have a little bit of zoom, even with a few reflex sights. Anyway, speaking of AUGs, looks like that gunner has one, which is nice. We'll go ahead and try to spray her down, although we have been detected already, so it's going to be a little bit hard to kill these gunners in quick succession without much of the sneak attack criticals happening. There you go, there's the reload in third person too, so a lot of attention to detail comes from the animations here, which are done by War Daddy, so you know they're going to be good. There's that reload again. It's a little bit crazy and fast, but maybe if you're a jet-addled raider, your sort of reflexes go higher. And with accurate headshots, so you can drop a legendary gunner in just a few bullets, which is great. In terms of balance, I'm finding this thing to be relatively on par with some of the assault rifles in the game. So, you know what, it's fine. You get a little bit less bullets than you would with the regular assault rifle because you can't put a giant drum mag on it. But it's an AUG. It's always a little bit cooler using weapons from in real life IRL type thing anyway. So now that we've cleared out the rest of those gunners there, yeah, the fan's running. It's really hot down here in Australia today. I'd like to not have the fans running when I'm recording videos, but the computer gets too hot, then it starts dropping frames. So yeah, it gets lazy when it gets hot. So hopefully having the fan on improves the frame rate to make the video watchable at the expense of an annoying little noise. But so far so good with this. We've managed to take out all of these gunners with sneak attack criticals. No recoil to worry about, just need to pull down on the cursor ever so slightly to make it work. And I think we're in a good position to wait for him to come to us. And yeah, we can take him out. Now, one thing to note about this weapon is that its strafe speed whilst aiming down sights is exactly the same as it is not aiming down sights. Now, this is a feature you can have with bullpup weapons back in Battlefield because, yeah, maybe that's sort of inspired from that. Since it is bullpup, it's the barrel is less long for you. I mean, in terms of the bullet travel, the bullet that goes through more barrel, but there can be less barrel poking out the front of the gun because there's more barrel to go through because all of the stuff happens behind the trigger, and it's actually a really good way of designing weapons, I think. And I've just explained that horribly, but yeah, there's a lot of gun people in the comment section will probably clear that up. Anyway, we'll get rid of that gunner. And we can go ahead and take out this last squad of 4 here. And you know what, I like the animations of this thing in third person, so we'll go ahead and take them out in third person there. And aiming with that tiny little tick on the screen, I suppose, that tiny little dot on the screen, there's the word. Yeah, you can do pretty good shots with this. I do like using weapons in third person in Fallout 4. Combat is just so much better and so satisfying, and I think that is about it for Gunner's Plaza. So, in terms of performance, whilst it is more close to the vanilla weapons you can find in this game, it's fine. As long as you pump out sneak attack criticals, you can make this thing do amazing amounts of damage, but very good on the balance front. We'll move on to Swan now and sneak attack crit him to death. Alrighty then, so Swan's over there taking on some Mirelurk, so you know what, we'll just finish that job for him, so we can go ahead and sneak attack crit him to death. Not doing quite good damage on that. I think I'm hitting him in his carapace, so obviously they're a little bit more resistant to damage with that. I think I'm being clever girled by a Mirelurk. Yes I am. Oh no, I'm wise to your tricks, Krabby. Alright. So now we've got Swan chasing us down, and he has found us, so this thing's a little bit snaffle already. But you know what, we'll go ahead and just get ourselves nice and hidden, so that way we can get ourselves some more sneak attack criticals, and do a little bit of tactical radiation healing there. I'll get rid of this ghoul before he screws with the detection system here. Back into caution now. He's gone in a state where he's not really keen to chase anyone down with these aggroness, so we're going to be able to land continuous sneak attack criticals. Now in terms of balancing sneak attack criticals in the next one, perhaps they're going to make it a little bit like previous Fallouts, and you're only allowed to execute sneak attack criticals if they're in a completely hidden state. So I think that's probably how you should do it. But it's a lot of fun just nailing sneak attack criticals like this, because you can absolutely destroy even the strongest of monsters with 40,000 health points and level resistance to boot. But there you go, that was the AUG against Swan there with gratuitous sneak attack criticals. You could probably do that with a 10mm pistol, but there you have it. That was the AUG against Swan. We'll go ahead and fight another monster. Righto, so here we are over near our lonely church place thingy, and in the deep lurks a giant scary monster that we must kill. So I've got this thing fitted with an advanced receiver of the semi-auto variety, and also the AUG scope, and as you can tell, this thing is a see-through scope, so we're not going to get horrible tunnel vision, and we've got a sweet little targeting reticule to shoot this ugly lobster crab thingy in the face. So let's get stuck into him. Now the only problem with the AUG here is that the sight rather bounces around a bit, and I don't think it's actually counted as a scope, otherwise I would have knocked this dude down sometime. So we're in a little bit of trouble here right off the bat. We'll continue to just shoot him in the face as much as we can, but unfortunately, as you can tell, this thing is not counted as a scope according to the game, so we're not getting the effects of the sniper perk, which is really unfortunate. Anyway, what a good time to test this thing in VATS. So if we could just target his ugly face there, as you can tell, you get pretty good shots out of this thing in VATS there. And those cool little crit animations with holding the foregrip there is definitely a nice thing to look at whilst you're waiting for the game to dish out a little bit extra damage for you. So a very cinematic shot there of Rain shooting the lobster crab thing in the face, and I think he's stuck because he's not moving. And yep, we've got ourselves a little bit more bullets there. I think that is due to the Scrounger perk there. You can get all your bullets back upon emptying a mag, which is nice. And the good thing about see-through scopes is that if you don't want to use all of that extra range, as you can tell, going into third person, aiming down sights, you only get that slight zoom as if you're using iron sights. So our action points are back, and we can just continue to stand here and shoot this guy in the face all the time. So we'll go ahead and do that. It's hard to gauge how much damage the crits are doing because it's got such a wide health bar, but it seems to be doing pretty good. There's not much of a comment I can make because I'm not really sure myself. But if you've been watching the health bar closely, you can probably notice a noticeable difference when shooting him with and without crits. So we're just going to move up a little bit here, try to get him out of his thing so he can chase us and stop being boring, because I'm sure this is thrilling gameplay right now. And if I was playing a one-hit wonder run with these monsters in it, which why would you mad bastard, you'd actually be rather thrilled to see them trapped like that, because you get all this good loot and a good amount of XP with it. So now he's charging towards me. It's probably in my best interest to exit VATS, and luckily I did there. And with that extra AP that we've got, we'll just run away a bit and try to outpath him so we get more of a shot on him as he comes around. Righto. There he is. I lost sight of him for a second. We'll go back into sneaky mode, see if we can't get ourselves back into caution. No, he is dead onto me. He's not as unperceptive as Swan or a giant ghoul because he's a lobster. And lobsters are perceptive? I don't know, I've never known one. But we'll go ahead and shoot this dude. And he's climbing up a tree to get me, so he's one crazed Mirelurk indeed. Righto. So now we're at a point where we probably want to just quickly get a reload and VATS there so we don't have to wait as much time. And yeah, VATS is made to be exploited, folks, so don't get mad at me. Anyways, we'll go for another VATS run here, why not? We'll just target his head there, which is in the most strange spot. And it appears you actually shoot down there. That was strange, but yeah. You don't really find lobsters out there all that threatening. Even the albino ones, which are the ones that scale with your level, you don't find them that tough, really. Sure, they might be tanky, but they're not doing all that much damage to you as we sprint across the water there. And back into caution, great. And my gun animation slipped up for a second, but he is right back onto us. He is not giving up this fight, is he? Okay. Now that he is rather close, I should probably dance and jump around because he is going to spit that goo all over me. And that does a lot of damage, would you believe? Got another crit ready. Might as well burn that as soon as we get it. And you know what? You're getting a bit too close. And I just saw the damage show up for that crit. That's 309 damage, which is more than 3 times we get for the regular ones, so that seems about right. I haven't got a calibrated receiver on this to increase any of the crit damage, but yeah, that's still not a bad amount of extra damage, and we'll get rid of that little Mirelurk there, I reckon. Alright, he's hit us in a way that's gotten us into nerd rage, so now we'll just go ahead and finish him off as easy as that. And what happened to his other friend? He goes down in one shot too. So there you have it. That was one crazed Mirelurk hunter, and without sneak attack crits to aid you in your damage, you're going to be fighting monsters like that for a long time. So if you want to make the use out of this thing's damage, obviously go sneak attack criticals. I don't need to be a weapons guy to say that. You could probably pick that up yourself, but yeah. Yep. But that's about it for this thing. If you'd like to see it in your game, be sure to check out the description. There shall be a link down there. And look at that third person animations. Very, very well done. Good on you, Ward Daddy. Thank you for watching, guys.